Summers are going on and it's really too hot. So let's switch on the fan. Okay, I'll just press the switch and see the fan is turned on. Okay. Now, when I will turn the switch off, the fan will be turned off. Let's see. Okay, and the fan is off. So, today in this video, you will be able to understand uh, how the electricity, flows from one point to another point, and what is the role of the switch in an electric circuit. So that I will demonstrate using cell and LED lights. Okay, let's just find out. So let's start. Okay, first of all, I'll show you what I have gathered here for the purpose of demonstration of how a very simple electric circuit looks like, and the flow of current through the circuit. So I have these LED lights just to show that whether the circuit is complete or it's disconnected. And I have set of these cells, the we also call them batteries, which commonly we use at home. We insert into a torch, light it up, or in our clocks at our home we use these cells. So normally a cell looks like this. It's a cell, and a cell has two terminals. This is a positive terminal. Can you see it? Yeah, you can feel it's a little bit uh, protruding outside. You can feel it with your hand. And this is a plain end, and it is a negative terminal. So we have two terminals, positive and negative terminal. And I have these small pieces of wire which I'm using to make connections in this circuit. So one end, that is the negative end of this whole arrangement of cells, is connected to one wire, and in the same way the positive terminal is connected with one piece of wire. Okay, and here this whole set of LED also has two ends. This is the first end, this is the second end, where I will be making the connections to light up the LEDs. So I am connecting the negative end of this whole arrangement of battery over here. You see it? This here I will be connecting the one end of the wire which is connected to the negative terminal of the cell. Okay, yeah, it's done. Now I will connect the remaining end, another piece of wire which is connected to the positive terminal of the cell, to another end of the LED lights, which is this will be here. This. Okay. Now when both the terminals are connected, see, when both the terminals are connected, you can see the LEDs are glowing. Okay, that means the circuit is complete. This whole arrangement, you know, we have batteries or we have cell over here, we have light or LED, and you can also use a bulb from your torch or any other small bulb which can glow, using the battery or this cell in place of these LEDs, of course. So, so when this whole circuit is connected, then that bulb or whatever light you are using, whatever bulb or LEDs you have, they will glow. Okay. So the LEDs are glowing. But what if, just imagine, what if I disconnect this whole, the circuit you are looking at? If I disconnect, from one end of the wire, what if I remove it? What will happen? Okay, you just see. Yeah, I'm removing it. Okay, so the light is gone. What happened? Why? Why does it happen? What happened? Actually, the thing is, when both the ends of the wire were connected with the LEDs, the circuit was complete. That means the current which is here in the battery or in the cell, that current was flowing from one end of the cell to the other end of the cell, and because of that the LEDs were glowing. Okay, the circuit was complete. That is why the current was able to flow from one end to the other end. But in this situation, what happened? Uh, the circuit is disconnected. You know, here there is no connection. That means the current is not able to flow in the whole circuit, and that is why the LED is not going. Now, let's just reconnect it. Okay, yeah. Again, the LEDs are glowing because the circuit is complete and the current is flowing from one end of the cell to the other end of the cell. Okay. Now, what if I remove the wire from the other end? What will happen? Again, the same thing happened. The current is not able to flow from one end to the other end because the circuit is incomplete. Okay. See, now the circuit is complete. The current is flowing from one end to the other end. So that is what a switch does actually. That is what the role of a switch is. When a switch actually, it makes a circuit or breaks a circuit. In the beginning of the video, we saw that when we turn on the switch, the fan is started off, or the fan is turned on. But when we turn off the switch, the fan is also turned off. So what is happening there actually? When we turn on the switch, the circuit is complete and the current is flowing from one end to the other end. Okay, that is why the fan is turned on. But when we turn off the switch, what happens? It breaks the circuit. That means the current is not able to flow from one end to the other end, and that is why the fan does not start when we or the fan stops when we turn off the switch. So that is the role of a switch in an electric circuit. This is a very simple circuit actually, which has these connections, LED light and source of electric current. That is, I have taken cells over here. Okay, so now we have seen that when the circuit is complete, the current is flowing and the LEDs are glowing. And when we disconnect any one of the ends, then the current is not flowing and the LEDs are not glowing. But is it necessary that one end of this cell should be connected to one end of the LEDs, and at the other end of the cell, that is maybe positive or negative terminal, should be connected to the other end of the LEDs. Is it necessary? You have to see this. So for example, what if can you see this one end that is the positive terminal of the cell is connected to one end of the LEDs here, okay, but I have removed this from the negative terminal. There is no connection, okay. Now what if I just take another piece of wire and try to connect the other end of the LEDs, this end, okay, with the same end, that is the positive terminal of the cell, which is connected to the first end of the LEDs, and I'm making the connection of the second end of the LEDs also with the positive terminal of the cells. So let's see whether LEDs will glow up or not. So I'm making the connection. This here, it is connected with the positive end. That means both the wires are coming out from the positive end. Negative end is not at all connected with any end of the LEDs, okay. So I'm making the connection here. Both the wires are connected to the positive terminal of the cell, and then one end of the wire is connected with the first end of the LEDs, and second wire is connected with the other end of the LEDs. And see, nothing is happening here. The lights are not glowing up, the LEDs is not glowing up, okay. That means the current is not flowing, okay, because both the wires are connected with only the positive terminal of the cell. So it's very important that one end of the wire should be connected with the negative terminal, and the other should be connected with the positive terminal. Only then the current will be able to flow from one end to the other end. Otherwise it won't flow, the current will not flow. And in the same manner, what if I connect both the wires with the negative end, and the positive end is disconnected. Only I'm connecting, let's see, I'm connecting the negative end over here, negative end of the battery, and one more wire which is connected with which is starting from the negative terminal of the cell and connected with the other end of the LEDs. See, nothing is happening. The LEDs are not glowing because the circuit is not complete, and the positive terminal of the cell is open. So the circuit is not complete and the current is not flowing. So it is very important that the positive one end of the light, or one end of the bulb or LED should be connected with the positive terminal, and the other end of the bulb or LED should be connected with the negative terminal of the cell. Only then the current will flow through the circuit and the bulb or LEDs will flow. That's it from this video. Thank you so much.